Go Mary, go Mary, go Mary, go Mary.
Oh hell no!
Mary, go Mary, go Mary, go Mary.
Ooh, child. Ooh, child.
Hey, hey. Go Mary, go Mary, go Mary, go Mary.
Oh hell no!
Mary, go Mary, go Mary, go Mary.
Ooh, child. Ooh, child.
Get everybody out my house, but it's Crip style. Watch how I get about my house, y'all. Get out. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Get the fuck. Get the fuck. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Nigga, Crip cut. Get the fuck up my house, nigga.
Oh hell no!
Nigga, Crip cut. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Huh?
All right, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I want to go be live for a couple of minutes, but I wanted to come live and talk about something real quick. So, Quanney, or ZT, or anybody else that lives in Missouri, they just pretty much changed the game, I guess, in Missouri, because based on what I just came across. Because sometimes on social media, you got to check. You got to do a lot of checking because people will post erroneous information on purpose, right? So I'm going to read this to y'all. It says Missouri has passed legislation to exempt capital gains from state income tax, which includes profits from the sale of cryptocurrencies and real estate along with stocks. House Bill 594 passed by the Missouri House and Senate in May 2025 allows for 100% income tax deduction for capital gains, effectively eliminating the state capital gains tax for individuals starting in 2025. The bill awaits the signature of Governor Mac Kehoe, who has expressed strong support. If signed, Missouri would be the first U.S. state to fully exempt capital gains from state income tax. However, critics estimate this could reduce state revenue by $262 million to $430 million annually, with some arguing it primarily benefits the wealthy. So if you know, shit, this changes the game because if you own your game, like if you got buy property or you make a lot of money in cryptocurrency, that changes the game, right? Because a lot of stuff that hinders people is that capital gains tax. What's up, Random? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. Um, so this changes the game because you could take all the profit that you made in a real estate sale or a cryptocurrency exchange transaction, or even the rise in cryptocurrency, and not have to pay capital gains tax on it. Capital gains tax is very, how can I say it, defeating because they at least want to take what, 40, 30, 40, 50% of what you got from just selling it, right? So this changes the game. It says this Missouri will be the first state to eliminate. Let me read that again. It says Missouri will be the first U.S. state to fully exempt capital gains from state income tax. That's crazy. So I want to highlight when people pass property on to their kids. A lot of time they get hit with the capital gains from the sale of property. So that definitely changes it. You know, that definitely changes it. Did I say hello, Cheryl? What's up, Cheryl? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Brandon Crafter Gamer says finances are giving me anxiety. I think it's giving a lot of people anxiety, but there's writing on the wall that we're shifting to something else now. We're shifting to a new era. Um, so it's best to stay abreast. Like this right here is very monumental because there is currently a shift to cryptocurrency. They are moving it officially in the government to make it part of the financial banking system. So those who are in early will profit significantly. And if you're in Missouri, you won't have to pay capital gains tax. But let me just tell you something about this. If Missouri is the first one to do it, then let me tell you something. A whole lot of other states are going to follow as well. And it's going to benefit a lot of people because a lot of wealth is being passed down because people are passing away and passing their property, their real estate, and other things to their whatever we want to their family members. And a lot of people are getting hit by capital gains. I'm not saying this is the incentive as to why they're doing it, but they said this is the major this is the what they say the biggest area of or era of wealth transformation. Not transformation, I don't know, transfer greatest wealth transfer era right now going on because a lot of money that was just made. A lot of people had property that what they got for 2,000 now it's worth over 1 million. So now they're able to pass that on or sell it. So it's these times are gonna be very interesting. And like I said, if you position, I always told you what I tell you when I told you when Trump got elected. I said you don't gotta like the man, but you can benefit. Or you can benefit from his moves. Only a fool will not benefit from his moves. He's about money, so you should try to benefit from that. That's all I'm saying. So this right here, what Missouri improved, I see is going to be replicated by different legislatures or whatever you call them, government, state governments, because the change is coming. The change is coming, and I told you before, I don't. I'm Bitcoin is too slow. Now I heard about it. Listen, I ain't got no $100,000 to invest in no Bitcoin. But anybody can buy $10 a Bitcoin or $20 or $50 a Bitcoin. And I wanted to see something. I said, you know what? They keep saying Bitcoin is slow, Bitcoin is antiquated, Bitcoin is expensive. So I said, let me see. Let me purchase $10 of Bitcoin. And sure enough, first of all, it took almost a good majority of what I put in because of the transaction fee, right? And then they said Bitcoin is slow. It did take a couple of minutes where they got other things that are going to settle faster and stuff like that. But Bitcoin is what I see as what they say digital gold. So we're going to be in some real interesting times in terms of money and wealth transfer and stuff like that. So be on the lookout. Okay. What's up, soul sister? How you doing? Good to see y'all. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is thank you everybody who applied to my community post. I appreciate y'all suggestions. Y'all don't know the full story behind that person. I'm gonna say stuff, but not say everything. So the reason, okay, so that woman, she helped me out in a capacity that I benefit from to this day. But I see her game the long way. She helped me in that capacity, but then I felt like she used that to ingratiate herself into my good graces. And she saw that I was a good person. And I told y'all, she's the one that, she had a family member pass away. She asked me to drive her 3 hours away for some crazy thing where like they had to switch cars or something. So I said, sure, no problem. I'll drive you 3, 4 hours away to do that was happening because like your mama just passed. So I'm gonna do what you need assistance with. But this is the thing, like she got family, right? And and this is dealing with property, and somebody had to put me on the game that she was kind of running. She's like, yo, bro, why if she got family? Why is she leaning on you, right? Why? She was like, oh, can you watch the house for me while I'm gone? And all this shit, like not even taking into account my life, like the things I got to do. And my dumb ass was about to say, yeah, just being a nice guy. But somebody's like, yo, pump the brakes, homeboy. What about her family? You don't put yourself in a situation where, you're looking after somebody's home or you sitting up in somebody's home looking after it and they family members come riding up to the spot because they upset how things went down because of whatever they got going on. Like you're not privy to those details. You just being a nice guy, and you might get caught in some situation where might land negatively on you because they don't know who the hell you are. And I'm like, yo, I definitely did not look at it from that standpoint. So I appreciate that. So that happened like I mean, this happened about 5 months ago. So when she lured me over to the place, talking about, oh, I'll cook you breakfast and all this stuff, I thought everything that had been done with the move had been done with the move. But come to find out, she not want to help use me to do the move again, and I just don't like that. I'm seeing tendencies in her I don't like, and then once again, why can't you got family around here, right? Why can't you use your family to help you move? Like, and I feel like, yo, if y'all all got a piece of the sale of this house, why can't y'all come and help? Why can't y'all come get the rest of this shit out of here? That that's what I was thinking about tonight. And then on top of that, I said, why? Because she probably pissed them off, right? She probably pissed them off or whatever. I just don't make no sense as to why they cannot come and assist. Like you got fit, but when you done position yourself to maybe I don't know the thing about the home or whatever. But it's weird to me why you can't get your brothers and your sister or whoever's involved to come do that. Why this got to land on me? I'm not a big fan of moving things because when you move people's shit, what happens? Most of the time you get hurt. And then let me tell you something. What really pissed me off. So that time that was being nice and taking her where she had to go because her mama passed and all that other stuff. The time thing was to leave for us to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, latest 6, to get on the road before we had to deal with traffic. I don't like to deal with traffic. That's one of my pet peeves. What I don't like either is people not having consideration for my time. Do you not know that woman? I think I told you this. Man, had me walk her damn dog. Took her time meandering around. They gonna sit up there and take an early morning conference call. And I'm like, yo, I was getting mad. Like I was getting mad. Lucky I was a little bit groggy. But I was getting mad because I'm like, yo, you not respecting my time. I had a plan. We got 3 or 4 hours to go. So so that's all coming back up. So that's why. I mean, ugh. So I just, it bothers me because yes, she did something big for me, but I felt now she's using that as leverage. And she's very invasive and intrusive into my like trying to know details of my private life and shit. And I just don't like people like that. So I'm just still debating whether or not I'm gonna help that lady today. Because I just don't like how long, like what if I gotta pull out and go early or whatever and leave and I don't want her to be then she expected me I know she gonna expect me to come back at another date and it's just like yo like it's crazy to me how people try to take advantage of other people so they can save a couple of dollars. Right. And then on top of that, she lives somewhat of a great distance. Gas, I mean, I'm up and back, I'm still wasting like child. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of going through a little bit. But I had an epiphany. I read some of them community posts, and I said, you know what? This is how I'm gonna do it. This is how I'm gonna position it. And if I feel like doing it, then I do it. If I don't, I don't. I don't. I really don't. Because she was gonna have me drive back up there 3, 4, 5 hours away to then help her move the stuff. I'm like, yo, no, 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 no. I ain't know you that long. I didn't know you that long for you to lean on me like that. I ain't been a friend of yours for 7 to 18 years for you to lean on me like that. Right? It's just like I don't. Whew, anyway, so that's the update on that situation. Yes, Randall says the lights are free 99. Thank you. Social says you guys don't get it. Of course we do. What we gotta do. What you mean, so sister? If I cook you breakfast, child, I already got work for you to do. Well, don't do that. I'm not. I don't operate that way. Every man know I got work for child. So sister, are you single? And if you are, that might be the reason. Don't be putting no. I'm not a man that works that way. Cause see that plan backfired on her. She fed me, and what happened? My ass was tired. I got the itis real bad, and she saw it in my eyes. It's like, damn, I can't work him the way I thought I was gonna work him. Come if you want me to work, say, hey, I'm gonna need you to move this. I need you, and that's it. But when I opened that garage door and I saw all that crap, I'm like, you know, uh, no, 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 mm-mm, mm-mm, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna take advantage of me. And then again, like I said, where is your family in this situation? You're not a single. It's just that I saw a lot of manipulative tendencies in her, and I'm like, and you know what's crazy? Another woman had to put me on game to what she was doing. Another woman had to put me on game, and I'm like, I got you. What's up, the Christian gentleman? You said, actually, I was just reading your community post and about to reply when I. Well, you can reply. Go ahead, reply. But yeah, but yeah, but yeah, I'm, I'm gonna take my ass to the gym, do what I gotta do today, and then decide what I'm gonna do. If the Lord put it on my heart, and then I do. But I just see things alone. All right. And then the other thing I want to talk about before I gotta go is so I'm trying to figure out this whole lemon thing and this whole J Dub thing because there's somebody saying that it was a false strike that happened and Octavius somehow isn't involved in that. Um, okay, Urban. And then I was like, what? What? But see, this is the thing. A lot of people are not liking lemon. Ah, it's all fun and joy. Let me tell you how the YouTube streets work, right? The YouTube streets love to separate and divide, and they love to do that, right? So they'll love to see people break up, right? You know what I mean? It's just it is what it is, right? They'll do anything on that other person who they want that separation to occur. They'll say, "Oh, you the best, you better than that person that you need to split up, right?" And then they'll love on that person when that person becomes independent, right? But see, this is the thing a lot of people are rooting for Lemon's downfall because he's arrogant, he's pompous, he ain't humble. Jay Dunn said today, I'm doing what I'm doing because he needs to be more humble. So it's interesting. It's not interesting. I mean, we see it. You know, how can I say it? It's a code of conduct on these YouTube streets for content creators involving how they present themselves. And it's just Lemon is running afoul of everybody. So people are finding ways to now come at him, And you know, I think some people got involved when his page was about to get terminated. I think some people got involved in the situation to preserve his page. Now I don't know if no, they won't say these are people behind the scenes, people you don't know, power brokers, okay, people who got power, but you will never know who they are or nothing like that. They'll come in they'll work through a main content creator or somebody that we know and say, hey, leave Lemon Page alone. Here's, I don't know, maybe they got a grand, maybe they got a future favor, maybe they got a couple of grand, to fall back. Because just look how things are moving, right? Shaquille, he let Lemon on his platform and all that shit. So if you really have animosity towards somebody, you wouldn't be as fluid. You know what I mean? As letting somebody come over your page like that. So there's certain things that happen in the background that just like kind of polish the egregious things that happen. You know, because Lemon has no qualms about bringing that up in front of Shakim's face. That was a major turning point in Shakim's storyline. That situation, and to me, was quite embarrassing. And I don't say embarrassing in like a negative way, but I have to characterize what it is. It was quite embarrassing for him to not have control of that sensitive situation. Well, he did have control, but well, no, he didn't have control because he was kind of forced to reveal information maybe he wasn't ready to reveal. You know, I mean, normally nobody would ever let that kind of person on their platform. They did that to them. Did that to them. So, but when things happen in the background and you can be pacified, then that's what we're seeing, right? But there's a lot of people who are not liking Lemon because of the way in which he's treated a plethora of people and discarded them like pig fat. So you gotta be careful, man. Like I always told you, you gotta be careful how you talk to people because it'd be one crazy nut job that you curse out, and they'll set that sights on you for years because you re-traumatized them for what somebody said to them during their youth and stuff like that. But he don't listen, and now he's around here whining and crying, and I'm like, dude, pull up your underwear and be a man. I don't know what he did this to me, and I don't really hurt something. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Let me see. Okay, so Enjoy Lab says Octavia struck done for Lemon, then she struck back. That's it. But who did? And thank you, Enjoy Life. But who got struck? Was it Octavius or was it Lemon that got struck? So was it Octavius or was it Lemon that got struck? Because the way it's coming across, it seems like Lemon got struck. See, exactly, Lemon. Oh, what's up, DVD? How you doing? You know, at this point in time, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. So I don't give a damn. And I'm not hesitant to say it. I don't care. Whatever happens to him and his page, he brought it on himself. His mouth, his antics, and stuff like that brought it on himself. I don't care. I mean, you had 4 years, 5 years of tutelage, and you doing the most. I've seen shit. Like one thing is don't engage with the crazy. Jaden's crazy. Jaden is not operating normally. She doesn't. Her emotional capacity is different than others. Like you know what I'm saying. So why the fuck would you like try to like? It's just weird. It's like I say. He likes to tether on that line of standing on the cliff and seeing if he gonna fall, or seeing if he gonna stand on the side and not fall off the cliff. And I just like I'm numb to it. 'Cause you know Jay Dunn then likes to take stuff offline and shit and all that. And so why I mean just I don't understand that. But whatever. Whatever. So let's see. He's going to find himself going on panels all year. Lemon was struck by Zon. Thanks. Lemon gave Octavius permission to strike on his behalf when Jada was streaming his content. But why did Lemon do it? Why did Lemon do it? That's just weird. Because he maybe he was trying to keep his hands clean. Ugh. Well, I know Jay Dunn is definitely clever. Jay Dunn is definitely smart. She's gonna outwit him. You know. All right, I'll drop the link real quick. Urban only got a couple of minutes, just so you know. But from an intellectual standpoint, I'm definitely giving that to Jay Dunn because he ain't got. I mean, sorry, Lemon, but you ain't. Jay Dunn can improvise. I don't see you. That's not the best quality that you have, Lemon. Sorry. And he's big and bad. Yeah. But J Dunn, I mean, she's smart in some facets, and she's been on here this application for a long time, longer than Lemon. So I don't think that's a good fight to fight. DVD says I don't think he knew how to, but by Octavius doing it, it would have been a for sure thing, and it shut down as soon as he did. What's up, Erwin? How you doing?
Big dog, what's going on?
Not much. I mean, just giving my recap real quick for things change. So yeah,
I saw your comment about you only got a couple of minutes. I wanted to. I was going to respond to your the comment you left on the community board about advice. I guess in all capitals, RUN. I think you should just run, man.
yeah. Like I said, I can't get too many details on here, but like I said, it's just like I said. This lady has helped me in capacity. To help me get something, like help me achieve something, whatever. But I felt like she is now setting that up to get additional favors like this situation here. Like I told you, when her mother had passed,
Mhm.
she somehow they needed something to transport the car, something for the to help with the day when the funeral came. So the person that lived 4 or 5 hours away will also have a ride, stuff like that. And I said, all right, I'll drive you up there, whatever, because I was grateful for her, her, how can I say it, her steering me into the path that I needed to achieve this goal and objective. But the stuff and this time, and
Your voice keeps dropping, Sir King. Can you hear me? Your voice is completely dropped.
it just kicked us off, which is weird. Urban, you there? Okay, there, Urban. Okay, sorry about that. It just kicked us off. So, um, yeah. So it's just like she leaning on me because I'm a nice person, but I do see okay, now this is now she back again, and I thought that whole thing with the house was set up, but now I know she needs some more help with some more stuff, and I was like, I'm not a big fan of helping people move because that's how you get hurt and stuff like that, and I just
Mhm.
you taking you taking advantage of me, and then like I said, she often too invasive in my business, so yeah.
Well, can you give me an idea about what kind of is she asking questions like, are you single? When's the last time you had a
No,
girlfriend? Relationship questions? Or
yeah, she always in my business, and I don't like that because I never ask her about hers. And then I
right.
told her, she told me, "Oh, a man gotta release himself like four times a week," and I'm like, why do you care?"
Yeah.
And I said, "You know
Well, I
what I mean?
mean,
That's weird."
are you attracted to her?
Hell no. But here goes somebody coming to the stage. Hold on, sorry, Urban. What's up, TC? How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning
Cool.
to the other gentlemen on the panel in the chat.
What's up, TC?
Hey, listen, I just wanted to, one quick thing because you're the only one that talks about wealth transfer around here. And that's what I just wanted to say something real quick. You made mention that there's a wealth
Sure, go ahead.
transfer.
Sure, go ahead.
What'd you say?
I said, sure, go ahead. No
You
problem.
made mention that there's a wealth transfer, and you're absolutely right. Right in front of our eyes, right up under our nose. It's not where we thought it was going to be, or where people were talking about where it was going to be. Like you said, everybody was talking about Bitcoin, Bitcoin. And then as soon as when people are talking in one direction, it's really in an opposite direction. These folks are master magicians, tricksters, and all kind of things, and they really don't want us to know where things really are. It's like playing the 3 card Molly, that kind of game. So watch the hand, and I've always said to you, Sir King, watch, but not Bitcoin, but blockchain.
Oh yeah, for sure, exactly.
I've always said that. And the other piece is this: the revaluation, the reset of of all the whole economic currency, global currency, is going to happen, and it's going to happen very slowly. However, this is, I think I was going to say Don King with this with the 45, 47 coming in now. You're going to see some things really happen. Unfortunately, you already know, you've already got skin in the game. People who don't have skin in the game are, it is what it is. That's it.
Oh
um
yeah, yeah.
you know
I agree, but I disagree with one thing you said. You don't have to say it's happening slowly. I think it's going to happen very quickly. Look at how fast Trump is moving. So the
well,
legislation that's being put
yeah,
into
exactly. Yeah, now with
Mhm,
45, 47 in,
mhm,
it's going to happen. It is happening right now.
right.
Unfortunately, people, you've been talking about this for years. I don't
Hmm.
come up here with all this shenanigan bullcrap. But
Hmm.
when you talking about wealth transfer, I'm up here, and it's documented, because that's what attracts me. And so you are right on point. It's been going on, but now it's getting ready to go zoom, and it's going to go by so many people so quickly. And unfortunately, it's going to be too late for
Yeah,
many folks. So
yeah, because they're
I
gonna
just
they're
want to
gonna
say that.
they're gonna try to price people out and stuff like that. And like I said,
Absolutely.
I purchased $10 worth of Bitcoin, and it took the transaction fees were significant, and it was slower than the other alternatives. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, blockchain. But
Hmm.
that's where I think people need to really, like, when I say concentrate, look into, not just be the only thing. It's a poor rat that has one hole, period. So just be on the lookout for the fiduciary of all of which is going to allow for the whole cryptocurrency to occur, and that is blockchain. And there are going to be many types of blockchain, so just be on the lookout for that. One last thing: just study your state's website. Like, everyone has a state that they live in. Study the state attorney general, the state department. So if you're in Florida, your Florida State Department, your Florida Attorney General, your Florida Health and Human Services, because they're sneaking things in. They're putting programs out there, and they're trying to give money back. See, they're trying to pay a little bit back to the people, but we won't know about it because we don't study these websites like
Hmm.
other people do, or like the IT people do.
Hmm.
So study your state's website. Get if you can't go online and sign up for their newsletters and things of that nature, you can sign up, get a free newsletter. When something is coming out, you'll be on point and on par with what little may be coming, in anyone's direction, for seniors, for children, for college, for college tuition, being, uh not what do you call it, forgiveness programs, because they're out there, interestingly enough. But
Hmm.
anyway, I just wanted to say that you're still on point, Sir King, with our wealth transfer. Thank you for mentioning it. And I see Soul Sister and Random. Hey, Random, Soul Sister. Good morning to everybody. I am on my way into work because early to bed, early to rise makes a man or woman healthy, wealthy, and wise.
I
Keep it
agree.
up.
I
All
agree.
right. Keep it up,
Thank-
Sir King. Thank you, and keep. I'm listening to you too, so you're helping me as well. And I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Oh, sure thing. My pleasure. You're welcome.
All right, hon. Everyone have a great day.
All right, you too. Take care now.
Peace. All right now.
All right. That's the one and only HBC UTC Queen. I think that's how you say her name, right? She knows I mean no harm. But thank you for stopping by and enlightening us. Appreciate you. What were you gonna say, Urban?
Um, I was gonna ask you a question, but I lost.
Yeah,
Where were
you
you?
asked me about if she was trying to ask you about my private life, but I don't know her in that capacity. And
How long have you? How long
about
have you?
3 years, 4 years.
Okay.
I don't.
And how did you guys meet?
Um, how can I say? Oh, how can I say it? Through a community center event.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So
I don't.
did she approach you? You know what I mean? Was it
We had
somebody introduced
to.
her to you?
We had to. How can I say it? We were paired together there at the event, but not like paired together, but only to collaborate on the goals of the project.
Oh, you were paired together. Okay. And that's kind of how you guys got friendly and you exchanged information and yada yada.
Yeah. Hmm.
Was she the aggressor?
She's more the extrovert. Yeah, I'm very affable. I'm very, like respectful. You got to be urban in a collaborative environment. But I just think like
Right.
she takes on the role of, oh, I'm your big sister, and
Mm,
that
yeah. So
to then,
that's so I'm trying to figure out the angle.
yeah,
So what's important is when you very first meet somebody, because people have agendas, right? Everybody has some kind of agenda. Most people have some kind of agenda. Some people don't. It's just, friendship. But the majority of people are going to hit you with some kind of agenda. So I'm trying to see how did she hit you with, the angle she came at you with.
yeah, she came in eventually with the angle of, I'm your big sister, and I'm gonna look out, I'll look out for you, da, 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 da. And whatever. But then I'm looking long way, I'm like, oh, you setting yourself up, to benefit, and
Now, did
stuff
she
like
did she ask you for your phone number? Did she just give it to her? Like, was it
that.
who was the first one to offer this exchange information?
So Larry, you know how I be like, oh, you know about that? Oh yeah, oh, okay, all right. Well, keep me in the loop, da, da, da. And that's how people get access to your,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this the other day, but you know, unfortunately, man, something that men learn, should learn at an early age is nice guys finish last. And that's pretty much the reality in the secular world. If you're a Christian, if you're involved in church activities, it's different.
mhm.
If you're moving around in the Christian community, it's different. But nice guys finish last, and women are much more intuitive than us, man. They have a knack at what they call that female intuition. So
Yeah,
they can read a guy pretty quickly, size you up pretty quickly.
my,
You
my
know.
one regret, Urban. I just wish it would have stayed on. And don't read into this too much when I say this. I just wish it would have stayed in the professional capacity, meaning that when we just talk about things related to business.
Right, right.
Now you trying to do things that are intrusion of my life because we now
Hmm.
involved with social, and that is what is leading to, I think, maybe the whole breakdown of the interaction that we have or will have in the future.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, it's in the corporate world, man, there's always that fine line, all right, and when to cross it as far as exchanging personal information and getting to know someone beyond work. You know, I'm a I it, it just doesn't work, man. It
Mm-mm.
workplace relationships just don't work. And it always goes sour, and you end up regretting it. It's best if even if you don't work together, but there's some type of collaboration going on, it's best just to stay away. And as a man, it's difficult to do that because we're men, right? You want to go out there, you want to meet women, you want to, sow your raw oats, you want to have fun and do
Well, I
what men
learned.
do.
Well, I learned my lesson one time. I had brought this woman. Well, I was. She was a woman, okay, but we not real mentally involved or anything like that. And so I brought her into the workplace. No, you know what I mean? Like referred
Now,
her.
hold up. I missed the first part of that. You brought someone into your workplace?
I brought yeah. So I assisted her in getting a job. There was a referral thing and
Oh,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So brought her into a workplace and all of
yeah.
that. Then she had the nerve to turn on me. I was like, now, I was like,
Are you,
hold
you, talk,
on.
you talking about this female or
No,
somebody
no, no,
else?
no, somebody else. And I was
Okay.
like, what? So that was my first time learn. Don't ever bring nobody into the workplace because you don't know what the future interaction. Like it was crazy. Like I didn't do nothing to her. I
Right.
don't know what her issue was, but I don't know maybe something had happened where she knew that she was eventually going to get laid off. So maybe she tried to take that on me. I don't know, but either
Hmm.
way, I was treated wrong by her because I assisted her in getting into the workplace that she wanted. Um,
Hmm.
so I learned like because you never know how a person's temperament is going to change.
That's true.
So yeah, I learned that
Yeah,
lesson.
I recommending someone, to work, where you work at. That's a tough one. That's a
Yeah,
tough one.
yeah.
You really got to know before you do that.
Mhm.
You really got to know that because it's always going to come back to bite you because of the fact that you recommended them. When things go sour, they're looking at you
Yeah.
like, well, you brought this person in here,
Mhm.
so then your judgment is called into character.
Yeah.
Uh, so I've recommended people for positions,
Mm.
but I've developed a system, for doing that. But that's a tough one, man. You really got to be
Mm.
seasoned and experienced before you pull somebody in.
But the crazy thing about that, Urban, is so like I kept going by her like her desk and all that, and then one day all the stuff was gone, and then that's when the light bulb clicked. I said, "Oh, she didn't want to tell me that she's about to get laid off." So that, oh, but still, there was no reason to to treat me like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah, so I learned a lot from that experience about bringing people into the workplace and things like that.
yeah. It's best to stay away from that unless you know them thoroughly. You
Yeah,
know
and
what I
even
mean? In the work capacity, because it's different when it comes to work. Because some people, they might be good friends of yours, but they're lazy when it comes to work, right? Or they're
yeah,
incompetent when it comes to the skills, the competency level. So
yeah, and then on top of that, it's just that they may be all great working all that, but with business, people have business needs, and then they may get jealous because you have a job or work in a department that may be mission critical, and theirs wasn't or does not seem that way at that time. So
another thing, good point. And another thing, when you bring people in, unfortunately, what tends to happen is they're looking for you to, if you're in that capacity to promote them, they're
mm,
looking for you to pull them up. And they're like, okay, I've been here for X number of years. Like, why am I still
mm,
down at this level? And where men get tripped up at is bringing women in, and then the women hit you with the inappropriate allegations
mm,
because you didn't elevate them to the next level.
mm. Yeah, I
Those are
know.
all pitfalls you gotta watch out for. But anytime, man, someone is for nice guys, right? Anytime someone is obviously taking advantage of your niceness, it's hard to do for nice guys. It's hard to say no, right? It's hard to turn people down. It's a lifelong lesson, and sometimes what happens is God will keep bringing that lesson back around. This is real life. That lesson keeps hitting you. right? So a couple of years ago, you got into some huge situation where you know, recommended somebody to come to work, and it all went chaotic, and then keeps happening, it keeps happening, it keeps happening. There's a lesson that you need to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't recommend nobody to work. I don't bring nobody. I don't bring nobody to the job. No nothing. I
yeah,
don't do that. I don't do that.
right, workplace relationships, man. I mean, I had a female come into my office. You know, I mean, men, we're weak when it comes to sex, right? It's a weakness for men. I had a female that came into my office, and I was sitting on the edge of my desk.
Oh Lord, got that pose. Irvin had that pose.
I was sitting, sitting on the edge of my desk, and I was reading something, and she comes in, and she was just very aggressive, right? And she starts flirting with me, and uh, she made a pass at me, right? She turned around, put her butt in my crotch. This is my office,
Mm.
right? And I've got windows and stuff so people can see in. And I'm like, well, hey, well, hold up. Now it's because I paid her some attention is why she felt she could have that kind of liberty. But females can be aggressive, just as aggressive as men. And when you start getting into leadership roles, you have to. It's hard. It's easy to just say, "Oh, you need to do this. No, you need to do that." But as men, we got to learn discipline, man, and it's a lifelong lesson. And it'll keep whipping your butt, right? It'll keep whipping your butt over and over again until you learn that lesson, or you may never learn that lesson. But life is lessons. There's lessons that you're being taught. You got to get the lesson. But as nice men, nice guys in quotation marks, you're going to be attractive to users, and you'll probably deal with this your entire life, man. You're the nice guy. Oh, can you move my furniture? It's 10 hours away. They got you spending all your gas money and carrying a big couch on your back, and people, users, man, will use you up. They have no conscience. These are narcissists. They have zero conscience. They don't care about you. They don't care that you walk 10 miles with their couch on your back.
Well, I mean, I'm not built that way, Urban. Like, if you help me move, I want to make sure I got cold water for you. I'm gonna make sure that you get paid. Then on that, on top, it will be giving a tip. Like, you know what I mean? And then I'm gonna come back and text you after we depart and say thank you so much. Like, I don't understand why people can't be like that. That's just weird to me. Like,
Yeah, you know what? If you ever heard the term home training, you were raised well, and everyone isn't fortunate enough to be raised well. Diva D saying, let's not forget the ones that helped you get the job, then hold it above your head like you owe them something forever.
well,
That's what I
DVD, you need to tell them you want to get HR. They keep harassing you.
But yeah, it's a lifelong lesson, SK. You're going to, as a nice guy that was raised well, your manners, right? You're not when you go to work, are your pants sagging?
All the way to the ground. No, my pants were not sagging.
Do you hang out, on the corner, hollering at women when they walk by? Oh, yo, what's going on, ma? Looking kind of
No,
good in them jeans. Them jeans looking good, ma.
I think that's disrespectful.
Right. So the absence of a black father is where a lot of the problems start in our community. The absence of a man. It doesn't necessarily have to be your father, but a father figure. But that's where our community, when you look at all the crime in our community, you look at the influence that hip hop has in our community, it directly relates to the absence of a father. So, you've been raised well, and people are going to look to take advantage of that. Users, man, are experts at using, and they're going to use you until there's nothing left. You've got to learn to just, put the kibosh on it and just shut it down. You said she helped you out, and that's good. that she did, and you can return the favor. And it
Right,
sounds like
in
you
a
probably have
professional,
done
right, in a professional capacity.
it.
But
Right.
now this is going into a social capacity, and I'm not comfortable with it. Because,
Right. The next thing you know, you have a baby on the way.
no, she's too old. Oh, sorry. Hold it. Urban, there's just like so much that I'm kind of like leaving out, but it's just no, that's not going to
I
even like,
got you. Yeah, I kind of figured she was older than you.
yeah, but
You know,
I just don't.
you're the young stud, and she's the cougar. And yeah, she's zeroing in on you. And when you have
Oh,
difficulty saying no, and I'm not interested and stuff, people they sense that. They're like, they
yeah,
zone
Urban,
in.
listen, man, let me read you this text message. Listen, this lady gonna hit me up again talking about child. Urban, listen, let me read it to you. The last text she sent me was, listen, hold on. Hey, it's not like you to not respond.
Mm,
I was like, I, you know what I mean? Now she putting me in a position to respond. Now she
yeah.
putting me in a position to lie.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, you see, it's very uncomfortable for me from a stress and anxiety standpoint. Um, and I didn't ask for this. Like we didn't fornicate, we didn't exchange DNA, right?
Yeah.
So it has never even reached that point. So no, it's,
Yeah. It's hard, for nice guys. I think that one of the benefits of joining the service for me was to be in the company of a large groups of men, and you can kind of all, there's a collaboration going on there, there's conversations going on there. And, as well, I was raised with my father was in a home, my grandfather was in a home, but being in amongst a company of men, helps you out as you go through your journey in life. Uh, but yeah, she's
the right man. I mean,
the right
sorry,
man, exactly,
because
exactly. Yeah,
there's some men, ooh, there's some arrogant men out there that who think that you got to kiss their ass, to get their attention. So,
yeah.
right, right,
So it's difficult to say no, man. But that's why the good thing about the cell phone, big dog, is you can just hit the block.
yeah, I know.
Now, do you see her on a regular basis? Is this someone that you see
Oh
like
hell no! No.
sometimes, man? You know what? I have a habit of once a year, I look at my phone, like right around New Year's something, I look at my phone and say, who doesn't deserve to be in my phone?
Oh,
And they just get deleted and blocked. It's kind of like a renewal ceremony every year. But some people, man, just don't deserve your time. And the more attention you give them, the longer you let them into your life, they can literally destroy your life. You can lose your career over someone that you brought into your company, into your presence, into your fold. That
mm-hmm.
can cost you your career.
Oh, I agree. I agree. And then she kept like trying to like have me invite her over. Like it was like she's like was doing like her reconnaissance. And I'm like, I don't
Mm.
know you like that. Because once you know where I live, then that's you'll know that forever. No, you don't need to know. And then it's like the movie Sinners. I gotta invite you in, right? Once I invite you in, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah, yeah, that is true, man. When I was out there running the streets before I got married, you know, thank God I was very cognizant of. I just didn't, this is just from home. This is what you call good home training.
Mm.
You're not coming to my house. I think I may have mentioned this before. We're gonna go on a date out somewhere nice, you know, and I'm gonna take you home at a reasonable time. But there's no reason for you to be coming to my house. And that's just what I think. That's the safest route for men. Now, if you've gotten a chance to know this person for a couple of years, then that may be a change. But promiscuous never works out for men. You're out there slanging it. You're gonna have a bunch of kids. You're gonna have a bunch of child support, and your life's gonna be complete chaos. Discipline is what works for men. That's part of being a man is learning discipline.
Mhm. No,
You
I
feel
agree.
me?
No, I feel you. Uh, Dude is just saying, some women get off on see men do manly work around her house. She might be older, but that cat probably still purrs. Well, let it purr, but purr away from me. I'm not. I'm very disciplined. I don't like. I don't like that. I don't like that manipulative games people play to align themselves with you to for their own benefit. And like I said, she made me mad to the point that I was gonna eat the breakfast and get up and leave because I saw what she did. She didn't sit up there and say nothing about no damn moving. She's like, "Oh, I ain't seen you in a long time. Let's catch up." That was the purpose. Now I'm dealing with something 2 3 weeks later. Her expecting me to help her move. Like that's just and Urban, if you seeing the stuff that she wants to help in moving, oh my god.
Yeah,
Basically, she's using me instead of using getting a moving company, or like I said, enlisting the help of her relatives or the people who live here. What's up,
women
Brooks?
will have you out there painting the house. A big booty and a smile will have you out there painting the whole house and paving the driveway.
Not me. Sorry.
I'll tell you an interesting story about uh, being too nice. So, um, I was stationed in a particular area. I was new to the area, and I was hanging out in this where all the clubs and bars were, like a lot of military guys do. And I'm a very friendly person, easy to get to know, very jovial. And I got to know this particular bar owner where they made my drinks the best. So we were cool. He was always happy to see me. We had a lot of interesting conversations and stuff. So at this one particular bar, this guy used to always ask me for money. He was just he just randomly asked me for some money. He
Mm,
was like, "Hey man, I'm hungry. Can you give me a couple dollars?" And I get this lesson from my mom is where the Bible talks about people that ask you for help may be angels, and that if you have it to give, you should give. And so when someone approaches me and asks, be honest with you, I usually give. So he approached me, asked me for some money, I gave it to him, and I kept giving it to him. And it's like every time I went to this particular bar, he got to know me now, and now I'm giving him money, so he knows he knows he can get money from me.
mhm.
So every time he sees me, I'm giving him money. So on one occasion, I was outside the bar and I was enjoying a cigar, chilling, having a good, robust, dark cigar. And the dude comes up and he says, "Hey, man, here's some money." Da, da, da. And so I gave him some money. And so when he walked away, the bar owner was standing next to me. We were both actually enjoying this. I gave him one of my cigars. We were out there enjoying a cigar. So he says, "Hey, man, the guy you just gave him money to, watch, watch where he's going." And he's like, "See him across the street over there?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, the guy on the other side of the street, he's a drug dealer." And he was like, "He's gonna buy the money you just gave him. He's gonna buy some drugs from that guy." So I'm watching, and he crosses the street. There's a brother that just was kind of just, mingling in the crowd, and he walks up to him, and he did this little quick sleight of hand exchange. And he was like, "You just, contributed to his drug habit." He's like, "That guy has been begging outside my bar for years, for decades. It's at least 20 years."
Jeez.
So he was like, "Be careful, man, about, I know you're new to the area. You told me you just got stationed up here." He was like, you know, "You're enabling these people's habits by just giving them money." And, after that, I started watching this guy. Every time I was down there, I started watching him. And man, he was buying drugs all over the place, but I was new. I didn't know anything about the area. But it's just an example of how people will, zone in on you and take advantage of your niceness. So the
Mhm.
next time he came up to me asking for some money, I called him on the carpet. I
Was-
was like, "Hey, man, last time I gave you some money, I saw you walk across the street and buy some drugs." He said, "Oh, no, I don't use drugs. What are you talking about?" So, I told him, I said, "Well, the next time, you ask me for drugs, I mean, excuse me, next time you ask me for money, you know, it's not going to happen. And from this point forward, don't even approach me about money. You need to work on your drug habit. But yeah, people will they'll use you. Yeah, they'll use you. And usually nice people, they look nice. You have a nice look, you have a nice demeanor, and manipulators, narcissists, users, they zone right in on you, man. So,
Yeah, I
I know
feel
it's
you.
hard to say no, but don't be afraid to say no, man. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to delete somebody's phone number and block their behind.
Oh no, I mean, it's just like I said, this lady felt she knew what she was doing, like right. She was helpful to me, and
Yeah,
I'm about loyalty. So
right.
I'm not, so I do, but I think like this stuff that's currently happening, like no, you don't leech on somebody and stuff like I don't know. It's like you just don't do that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's how I feel. So
Brixton
uh,
Bye. What's going on, Brixton, babe?
Diva D, to answer your question, I don't have to deal with her, but in a consistent capacity. But when she comes lurking, she'll let me know she's looking for me. What's up, Random? How you doing? I got about 5 minutes, man.
Can
All
you
right, I
hear
got
me?
Yeah, loud
What's
and
up,
clear.
random crafting gamer?
Hi, boo.
I remember you from praying during the pandemic. I remember you doing a beautiful prayer, and I also remember you for singing. You got a little bit of you got some vocals on you there, some vocal
Oh,
cord.
no, you did just call me out. Oh,
And before you get started, random, Brixton, you should come up. You should come up and chat. We talked a couple times on stereo. You should just pop up sometime so we can talk.
is my
Go
bricks
ahead, random.
up there in the chat?
So go ahead, random. What were you gonna say?
Is Brixton out there?
She in the
She had
chat.
just left. Yeah, she had just left a message. Yeah,
Um,
pop up sometime, Brixton. When you see me pop on the panel, pop up sometime. I'd love to talk to you.
What's up, Ray Black? How you
Don't be
doing?
shy. Don't be shy.
Brissy
hi,
said I
Brixton.
can't. Brissy said she is on the clock and she is not about to be unemployed for you, Urban.
He says I'm on the clock.
She said she
You
is
popped
on
up
the
on
clock.
you popped up on stereo plenty of times.
It was probably the week.
Girl, now
It was probably the
look,
weekend. It
oh,
was
we
probably the
cool.
weekend.
But leave my queen alone now.
It was probably the weekend, Urban. That's why.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's at work. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
Let her
I get
make
it.
that one.
Yes. You good, Brixton. Just know that you are what they say in high demand. So what's up, Random? I got like 5 minutes. So what's up?
Oh no, you didn't put me on a timer, Frank. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I gotta stay fit
oh,
because all these women I gotta fight off. You know what I mean?
the
Yeah, that's
women,
right.
child. Oh, you so
Yeah, that's
nasty.
right. We gotta beat them off.
Right, exactly.
No autographs today. Every time I step into my office, I say no autographs today.
No autographs.
Well, SK, I just got here. Give me a brief synopsis of what's going on.
What you want to know?
What was this live about?
Oh, this live was about Missouri eliminating the capital gains tax. So I was telling Quanney it's time to get money.
Oh,
So no
oh.
capital gains. Missouri's the
Let me ask
first.
you a question.
Uh huh.
How do you think that these people across the seas are going to feel about all these tariffs?
Oh, it's just got repealed today.
Oh,
So yeah. So pretty much it's gonna be a 10% baseline tariff for what I'm hearing. 90-day halt on that 145% tariff against China.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. It's still that 10% that wasn't there before. Still
mm-hmm.
going to be a cost. It's still going to be a cost. So we'll see.
Because I've been looking at my different areas that I frequent that are via the U.S. and cross seas.
Mhm.
And I've been looking at what they're offering and what they're not offering, I've seen a difference of what they're offering.
What you mean offering?
Basically, where I could find, let's say, 20 shirts, okay, via this apparatus. Now they're only offering 5 because they have a warehouse here in the United States. And it's so convenient that those 5 are quick ship.
Well, you're probably dealing with an inventory issue where they had them here already. You know, but like you said, you were able to get 20 before, and now you're only able to get 5. So they're probably, adjusting.
Basically, what SK has already been warning us about coming to fruition.
Yeah, I mean, to some degree, you got to take into account the they call it interruption in the shipping. So that's what you're probably seeing right now. Because when he did do that tariff, some people had to cancel contracts and stuff like that because it would just been too expensive to import here. So,
and you know how they do this, these little feed the fish or feed the dog and all this kind of thing on these apparatuses to get free things. I've seen a change in that as well. Well, now they're saying, well, we're not giving you as much verbatim for the efforts that you're putting forth. So let's say months ago you got 100%, right? Now you're only getting 25% based upon the same efforts that you're giving.
Well, in terms of what you said, feed the fish.
You're getting free things if you get.
They can't do that. They can't do that when your supply chain is messed up. There's less stuff in the supply chain to give away. You know what I mean? So yeah, you don't see enough of that.
Basically, what you warned us of.
Oh yeah, I will tell you. I'll tell you what's out there. I ain't making it up. So yeah,
coming to fruition.
Yeah, and y'all need to look at that whole thing that Missouri did, because Missouri, now that's a big thing for a state to say that they're going to eliminate capital gains tax to their own detriment. You got to look into why. They're going to lose $200 million projected off of that. So how they going to make that up? So, but if for people who are in crypto, land, and I think they said stocks, you can make some money.
To be honest, I feel like we can't be in a position that we're shocked, because what was it, 2020, 2022, the last state that actually identified as a segregated state was like 2020, something like that. Look into it. It's Midwest. And really, I tell you what, let me hit mute. I'm gonna tell you.
Well, their times are changing. So, I mean, like I said, y'all got to be ready for the for a reset. It's a reset happening. Some people gonna benefit, some people gonna be not. But those who don't know, I think right now they're in the beginning stages of it, and then once it hits mainstream, they're gonna price people out. I'm hearing things that things are low now, but they're gonna price people out so that they can't benefit from it. So, I mean, like I said, when I saw that put everything together for me. Okay. Because I always told you, how are they gonna make us go from cryptocurrency from the fiat system? And one way to do that is to say, hey, no tax. Everybody gonna run over there. Oh, okay, no tax. I'm in.
Okay, I got the facts. It was Mississippi, and it was 2020. That was the last state. The last school that was desegregated was Cleveland High School in Mississippi. June 16th, 2020. That tells you the state we're in. I take that many years. Y'all better wake up. SK been telling us so many facts about our own lives. Why 2020? Why
Yeah, that was the
25?
fabric. That's
Why
the fabric.
2000? There's so many things that are going wrong. And he has told us year after year about the facts of our own lives.
What's up, Black Pearl? Well, it's a lot of stuff that ain't right, but you just gotta prepare yourself. And like I say, one way to make you convert to a new economic system is to tell you no tax. So, very
Right.
interesting.
And they like to put this little bubble around it to make it sound like it's amazing. It's only up to people like you and ourselves to find the truth. That's really the only reason I hit you live. I got kids to get off to school. Shout out to you, SK. And I just want to bring that back because you talked about that so many eons ago. Anyway, shout out to everybody. Let me get these kids off to school.
All righty. Well, you
All
get
right,
those kids off
Random.
to school.
Nice to chat with you. I haven't talked to Random since the pandemic.
Oh,
So
lie you tell.
next time you need to drop a rendition, a gospel song, I'm gonna have a special request.
Don't play with me. Don't play with
I'm
me.
gonna have a special request.
What?
His
Don't
eye
play
is
with
on
me.
the sparrow.
What? No, he
But
didn't.
yeah, nice to catch up with you, Random.
This is SK's live. I can't do that.
Well, we'll set up where you can.
Yeah, see, you gotta ask SK about these things. Okay.
Thank you, man.
We're gonna do a special rendition, and we're gonna take up an offering. Pastor King,
What?
Pastor King, gonna take up an offering. Special offering, special dedication.
Okay,
Yep.
SK, I'm looking
Uh-huh.
at the clock. I'm trying to run. Okay.
Go
It's
ahead.
in.
All right, Randall. Go ahead. Don't make no kids be late because they'll be looking at you.
It's not just me, but it's you too, boo. Don't be
Mm.
late. Peace out and light. Bye, y'all.
All right,
All
bye.
right, yeah,
Thank
but
you, Randall, for coming. I appreciate you.
I I agree.
Urban.
I agree, Brixton. Yeah. I have your page, Brixton. I'll drop you a message on your page. I have your channel, the link to your channel. I'll leave you a message. But I agree with that. Yeah, Brixton Babe is one of my favorite YouTubers in this region. Brixton Babe. I actually think Lemon got the whole accent stuff from me clowning Brixton Babe about her accent. You know how he likes to copy people's
He got
things
a
that people
he
do.
got a bipolar tongue.
I've been making fun of. I've been doing British accents with Brixton Bay going all the way back to the pandemic. So
Yeah, that's true.
I think he kind of lifted that from me.
I don't know what's wrong with that boy. I don't know what's wrong with that boy. Boy, that boy got issues. That boy got so many people coming after him. You gotta be careful how you treat people in the social media sphere because it's a small world and they can link up to come after your ass. But he'll learn the hard way. But anyway, so um,
Lessons. There's something important I want to say to you before we left everything, but I've lost my train of thought
that's
on
fine.
it. Random threw me all off track. But my recommendation, Sir King, is as far as the girl goes, I think that manipulative people, man, will get deep up into your life and screw it all up.
Mhm.
And then you're trying to find a way to extract them after they've put in all their talons into multiple areas of your life. But there's no harm, man, in just saying, you know what, I just can't do this. Just
Yeah.
block and delete and move on with your life. Um, it is a skill that you need to learn so you won't keep going. Like I was talking about repetitive cycles. So you
Mm-hmm.
won't keep going through repetitive cycles in multiple areas of your life where people are using you.
Oh, trust me. People don't.
Yeah.
People don't use me. I call them out. Oh, well, I distance myself from them. It's just with her, like I said, you gotta understand the totality of the story. Unfortunately, I can't do that, but I see that she said, I see that she's leaning more over towards imposition. And I
Because she helped you out, and then
right,
you know, yeah,
right.
we
The whole thing I
appreciate
told
we
you,
appreciative of. Go ahead.
right. You're my big brother. And I'm sorry. You're my little brother, and I'm your big sister. That those kind of, oh, okay. I see what we're going. Those kind of things.
Yeah, that's a journey, man. There's lessons that, I mean, even right now on YouTube, you're learning lessons,
Mhm.
and you just gotta. We have to learn. The lessons are blessings, right?
Oh, for
And
sure.
sometimes what we think is hurting us is God, you saving you.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Saving you from destruction that you didn't even realize you were stepping into. Might feel like pain, like, Lord, why is this happening? But sometimes He removes people from our lives because He's protecting you.
Yeah.
You feel
No,
me?
I feel you. I totally agree. I totally agree. Like I
Yeah.
said, I was grateful
Uh-oh.
for that person that told me like, yo, you don't. I know you trying to be a nice guy, but don't be over there. You don't know what's going on with that house. You know, you don't know what issue she got with her family members, and they see you up in there and they come after you. Because I was, she wanted me to look after the. No, then when I saw that. But yeah, so
Um,
that's it.
oh, Brixton says she's blushing. Aw, I've always liked Brixton, babe. I was born abroad, a military brat, and born overseas, so I identify with the European side of my life. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Don't come up
I
in here,
was.
Shanice Franklin, coming for me. And you don't know the totality of the story. Now go hit the rewind button
Oh,
before you say why you
that's
bothering
what it
Quanney.
is. That's what it is. She mentioned Quantity. That's what was important. I have been sent. I get clips sent to me. Sometimes I don't have time to look at them, and sometimes I do. But this is some time ago. I got some clips about Quantity kind of spiraling out of control. I haven't talked to her since the pandemic. I really would like to talk to her. Like, is she okay?
Oh hell no, she not. Curtis. They said Curtis' wife done kicked her out because she was screwing Curtis, and Curtis was the landlord. And Quani, Curtis' wife just said, "Oh hell no to the no, she her ass got to go." So happy wife, happy life. So Curtis' wife said she got to go, so she had to get out the property. But they saying that Quani mouthed off to Curtis' wife, and now she living in a Motel 8 or Red Roof Inn or something. I don't know. So,
Oh man,
yeah.
that deterioration is, that you kind of see that in the B sector where people kind of just spiral out of control.
Well,
Yeah.
that's another person that was on here. I'm not saying justification, Urban, but that was another person who had a big mouth, a big potty mouth that made her a lot of enemies, and that the manifestation of enemies often permeates into the real world, and that's what happened. And why I tell
Mhm.
Lemon he need to shut up because these people on here will take shit offline, and he's seen somebody that likes to play truth for dare. So, and have him sitting
Yeah.
over there like Quani. You know what I mean? His mama may kick his ass out. You know what I mean?
Right, right. What I see, what happened over there with Lemon is he's attracting, the energy that you put out.
mm-hmm.
This is the fact of life. The energy that you put out is the energy that you will receive. You will absolutely receive that energy back. I like when you use
Okay.
the I like when you use the word portal, uh,
Oh yeah.
because all the demons and all the hounds in hell
Mm-hmm.
flying up out of that portal. And it's the clout chase. There's several people have built channels from him, and there'll be many more. But what it's
Mm-hmm.
doing is it's redesigning the B sector. And I've talked about
Mm-hmm.
it. If you go back to old school Avatar Nation, everything you see happening now, I discussed before it even happened.
Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about that Urban too. I said, you know what? It's not the same. It's got the same name, but
Right.
it's not the same. Not the same people. Not the same principles. nothing. And a lot of people that go over there, they like that because they love attention. And like you said, they want to have come up. They've been doing it 4 or 5 years and had no success. And they enter the vortex, and all of a sudden, people are saying their name. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people are trying to build their channels. It's difficult to get YouTube is one of the most difficult places to get subscribers. It's the most
Yeah,
difficult area in terms of social media applications to build a following. And so when they figure out that the B sector, you know, builds followings very quickly, and
yeah,
they find someone that will give them the clout, they
exactly.
flock to it, and that's what he's dealing with now. But
Mm.
by redesigning the landscape of the B sector, it'll never be the same. You
No,
know,
well, because we didn't the beef sector and we didn't let people just come in. They had to go through a whole FBI, CIA polygraph interrogation test before we allowed them on consistently like Lemon does. You know, Ray Black says I was really surprised. I thought he was her husband instead of someone else's husband. That's some dangerous mess. It sure is. And Ray Black is talking about Quanney. And then the Queen Tulsa show says Lemon said he's the devil, but he met her last night. Jay Dunn. That's what I said. I don't know why he would play with her. You know, just ignore her.
yeah, the words that come out of your mouth, man, are powerful,
Mhm.
right? That when you manifest something, you keep saying, "I'm the devil." You're manifesting that in your life. Words are powerful. The Bible says, "Out of the bounds of the heart speaketh the mouth."
Mhm.
Uh, your words are powerful. When you manifest something into your life, "I'm the devil," "I'm Satan," da 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 da. What you're doing, like you keep referring back to that movie, you're saying, "Hey, come on in,"
Mhm.
right? You're saying, "Hey, y'all, all the demons
Sure
and
did.
hounds and hell,
Mhm.
welcome, welcome, come on over here," and they're just
Mhm.
flooding out. But what happens is the landscape of the B sector is changing. Part of change is going to happen because the B sector is aging.
Mhm.
Right? If you take a look at the black sector is already on its second edition. It's much older than the B sector by
Mhm.
10 plus years. So the B
Mhm.
sector doesn't have any choice but to have a new generation, and the leaders so far of that new generation, one of the top leaders of that would be Lemon. So who he's letting come in is
Right over
setting
the damn cliff. Mm-mm.
is setting the new landscape.
Well, he leaving them to have no damn channel. I'm sorry, but you
And so
know,
you have to look very closely at who those people are, what their background is, what they've been involved in, as to what the future is going to be like. But things tend to get, especially when we're talking about online, things get. There's some sectors that are completely eviscerated on YouTube. There's some old sectors that were the similar stuff that goes on in the B sector. They're no longer here. So when it comes to online behavior and online chaos, things get to a boiling point, and then things kind of eviscerate. So you know, the
um,
demons that you're
right,
pulling in are going to be the same demons that are going to bring you down.
yeah. Shannon Franklin because he became disrespectful. He's very disrespectful and has an enormous, exaggerated opinion of himself. So that's pretty much why. So I'm big on loyalty, and I feel like he's been very disloyal, disrespectful, and that's how I feel. So, but
I
I've
don't, I don't
seen.
know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Sir.
No, I've seen the YouTube streets humble people. So he could continue, and I bet you he'll come back and say, well, he's already said that everything I said was right. So okay, keep putting on a persona. Okay, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen so much transition, since when I first started popping up. But when I literally predicted every single thing, I wouldn't even use prediction. I pretty much just stated every single thing that was, you know, going to come into fruition, and it's all. Right now, you're in the thick of it. The next
Okay.
progression, as far as me making a proclamation or prediction, is a whole new sector, and part of that is starting. right? There's going to be a fragmentation of the B sector. The old school B sector is going to be a different thing. The
No,
new the new emerging B sector is going to take over, and these and then the stars are lining up, right? You got multiple people, like you got Binary, you got Shakem.
yeah, but that's not where the money resides. The
Yeah,
money,
that's not what I'm. Yeah,
no,
I would agree with that. I would agree
yeah,
with that. But what I'm saying is, these are new people that are attracting followers, and this is creating a new landscape, right? This is overstepping the old school. This is becoming the trending topics, right? None of the old school people are trending anything, and that this is how takeovers happen. There's people that go around on YouTube and just take over areas. That's what they do. They just go to an area, take over, flag, docs, they'll do whatever they got to do, take the subscribers and move on to the next. That's how
mm,
they build their platform.
gotcha.
But the landscape's changing. It's changing rapidly. And there's going to be a whole new world. Uh, and you have to take a look at what that world is going to be like, what those people are going to be like. We got a content, and you can already see the fruit of what that's going to be like.
Yeah. Shanice Franklin says, SK, I can see why you didn't want to be part of the channel at the beginning. No, because I had to fill it out. I don't jump at things that I wasn't aware of. So I had to fill them out. And then, like I said, his very first couple broadcasts, he was taking shots at me. I'm like, oh, okay. Asia says, morning, Sir King. How you doing, Asia? Good to see you. Shannon Franklin says, I agree. SK for once, I agree with you. Sherman said he's very disrespectful. Yes, he is. I don't know where he gets that trait from. Asia says they do say warning comes before destruction. Yes, that is so true. That's so true. All right, Urban. Any last words you want to say before we depart?
No, no, man. Just wanted to pop in on you when I saw your community post. Always a pleasure dropping in on you and the Avatar Nation family.
I appreciate
Uh,
that.
and until we meet again.
Until we meet again.
All right, big
And,
dog.
all right, you have a great one. Thanks once again. I appreciate your insight and dialogue.
All right,
All right, take care. Have a
all
great
right.
day. All righty.
Bye.
Thanks.
Ciao.
Bye. Peace. All right, y'all. That's the one and only Urban. Thank you, Randall, for coming up. As I conclude this broadcast, all I gotta say is, try to be the best person you can be without being taken advantage of. Make sure you have God as your barometer on how to move. Um, but at the end of the day, like I said, I don't like to be used as a mover because that's also very dangerous. You're straining your back. You're putting, you know what I mean. You know, so yeah. Um, and what we started our conversation with regarding the whole Missouri and no capital gains. I feel that's going to spread to other states. If I were you, to better position myself into the future, go look at it. This is where you can use AI as a friend. AI is your friend. You can get one of the AI programs and look up, hey, what is the latest in Missouri capital gains news? And it will tell you stuff that you need to do. Hey, what side hustles do you recommend? Hey, what AI language should I or model should I be learning to stay viable in the workforce? Hey, what programs do my local government have for free? So it's things that y'all could be doing. I know this maybe this YouTube stuff is entertaining, but they are doing things in our face. Thank God it's public because it's legislation and stuff, so it has to be somewhat public, but they're not broadcasting it. Um, because I do feel we're going to switch to a global currency, and like I was discussing with Urban, what way are we going to be able to make people switch from dollars to crypto? Hey, no tax, no tax, no tax. Y'all be running over there in an instant. So, um, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I'm still trying to figure out that whole J Dog, Octavius, and Lemon situation. But let me tell you something. Watch how YTC moves. Everybody say, "Oh, YTC don't have backbone." YTC is the perfect display I can say right now of how to carry yourself in the YouTube streets to maintain and to grow and to benefit. Right? She's up there. She knows who she could dog out, and she knows who she can't. She knows when she has to go at 100. Like I said in my broadcast prior, she ain't going at Jay Dunn, even though Jay Dunn has been very disrespectful towards her. She deals with Jay Dunn with silence. Now, if it comes to the salvation of her channel, I feel that YTC will then handle it as she's known to handle things. But what Lemon is doing with disrespect and all that is going to get people lined up to take you out. But YTC, she don't carry herself that way. So that's why she's able to do news and commentary on everybody and still survive. But when you disrespectful and to people, and let me tell you something, this whole thing, Jay Wilson, you know what? Oh Lord, how much time I got? Oh shit. Okay, I got 5 more minutes for real, and I'm probably gonna still be late to where I gotta go. Jay Wilson, I'm gonna put Castro Cannon, I'm gonna put your name in the title too. I was listening to Jay Wilson and Castro Cannon. You were treated horribly on that man's platform. I don't know if he was high on cupcake juice or mix or what, but Jay Wilson, what you did to Castro was fucking wrong. That man came up on your panel to have he came up civilized, he came up to have a conversation, and you was all like, I don't know what you was, and wanna be zesty mode or something. You was in zesty mode because you was sitting up there dogging it. Oh, what you not answer my question? Why you got an issue? Why you all and Castro was just as mellow and calm, and then you want to put that man's pretty much his business out on the forefront because you want to say, "Oh, you need to go to trade school" or something like that, and pretty much Castro says, "I'm working on something," and then you wanted him to elaborate further, and Castro didn't want to elaborate further because he didn't want people on here sabotaging what he had, and then. You kept saying something about, oh, he's good with his hands, or something like that. You can say he's good with his hands. No pun intended. So you was throwing shots at that man, and then when he started to match your energy, you wanted to treat him like a little boy and started going at him and kind of cursing at him a little bit. And I'm like, what? That was so wrong. And Castro, I'm not gonna apologize for no Jay Wilson, but that was wrong how he did you. And I don't know if he was trying to amp things up to make his broadcast go a certain way, but that was wrong. You can't go at somebody and then try to control them and disrespect them when they're not even matching your energy. That was terrible. I didn't watch the end of it, but I turned that off because I'm like, I can't believe this man is doing all this. And Castro was just calm. He was cool. He was like real chill. And then Jay Wilson was just acting a buffoon. It's crazy. It is turning into the Castro and Tommy or Brian but he does those. He does that to those. He's always doing it to the younger content creators, right? He's doing it to those who he knows that he can sit over there and present an image of a fatherly or mentorship persona with them, and then try to check them. Notice that he don't do that with nobody of equal footing. He probably feels that he's intellectually superior than them too, so therefore he can control them and verbally and mentally outspar them too. So just be careful who he do that with, because he don't do that to nobody. So it's just he don't do that to everybody. Excuse me. You ain't missed nothing. You ain't missed nothing. He over there stuffing himself with cookies that somebody done bought him. Talking about it's a food review. And like I said, he had one cookie. I thought he was about to say tastes so bad because the way he spit it out, but his excuse was, oh, the cookie was crumbling. I was like, okay, whatever. Whatever. Diva D says they act like they love being. I think listen, Diva D, they go over there for something. Like I think they go over there to hear. I think they go over there for free therapy. I really do. I think they go over there for free therapy. They don't want to pay for it. They don't want to put no insurance paperwork. So they said, let me go talk to this man. He does have some little bit of sense. So let me talk to him, tell me my problems, and then get some attention at the same time. Brian is a weird one too. Yeah, I like that, Pat. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, okay, yeah. And then come back and say, "Oh, Jay Wilson. Oh, he make me sick." I'm like, what kind of? multi-dimensional personality. Love is this. Ugh. Anyway. All right. Asia says, well, you know, he got them from where? Timu. Now he want to do Timu review. So I was like, corny. Now he want to do Timu review. I'm like, what? What? Some big briefs that you done stretched? He gonna do a review of some big briefs that he done stretched. I was like, what? Yeah, somebody done paid him to do a cookie review for their cookie shop or something, and I would not have paid him for that. Yeah, do Jesus, You know what I like about this cookie, y'all? It don't have too much sugar. Now this is the one that looked like he was about to throw it out. The way he grabbed that napkin, it was like he was about to throw it back up. I was like, he didn't say at the time, he didn't say nothing about no damn, oh, the cookie about to crumble. I was like, oh, this cookie's so moist, I could hardly keep it in my mouth. He didn't say nothing like that. He like, oh, oh, oh. And I'm like, okay, all right. Something going on over there. Anyway, let me see what y'all saying. You said this is Asia's fault. Good morning, Trademark Fortune. How you doing? I bet you gonna hit Jay Wilson channel next, huh? He fall out. He when Trademark Fortune appears at the Jay Wilson show, he don't treat them like he treat Castro. He treats Trademark Fortune as an equal. But anytime it's Castro, Brian, Tommy, he didn't, he tried to slick shade them, but not with Trademark Fortune. I guess he respects the Trademark Fortune as an equal man. So I'm just saying. What happened? What happened, Shanice Franklin? Asia says, I want a cookie. Jay Wilson ate them all. Okay. All right, y'all. Last thing I want to do is I want to end with, if you want to, please send a gesture of $, Star King Crown. Please, I appreciate it. Now, Brixton, baby, I don't know if you're still in here, but I did forget. I'm gonna start setting them goals. We're gonna have a couple of goals. One of the goals is, I ain't gonna tell y'all, but one I'm gonna tell you later. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing the goals. Okay, the goals. Goals, whatever QB say, goals. Yeah, we're gonna start setting some goals over here. So I appreciate it. Sorry, King Crown, if you be tremendously appreciate it. But before we go, like I told you, we got footage of what's his name? The high heel crusher, James Caldwell. He was trying to sit up there and submit a tape for some free Mary J. Blige tickets. Now, if you was in my live earlier, you probably saw it. If you rewind, you probably saw the beginning. So James Caldwell or Treasure Lane was sitting up here trying to submit. You know how they do the radio contest. So he was trying to submit some tickets to see Mary J. Blige, right? And apparently somebody sent me this footage of him. And I don't know why he did this, but he did not need to do that. Instead of issuing him a ticket, they should have issued him a citation for public indecency. But here we go, y'all. Ooh, child.
Hey! Go Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary!
Oh, hell no!
Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary!
Ooh, child. Ooh, child.
That's a damn shame. One more time, y'all. I can't believe James out here doing that for some marriage. Shame on you, James.
Hey! Go Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary!
Oh, hell no!
Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary!
Ooh, child. Ooh, child.
That's a damn shame. What's up, Mary? How you doing, Mary?
If you don't stop, I'm sick of you.
What? He out here submitting tickets to go see Mary J. Blige looking like that. That's a damn shame. Ain't got no pride. Got no pride.
I'm sick of you.
Got no pride.
Do I have an
What happened?
Do I have an echo?
No, we don't.
Okay, because I'm in the car and I just I just got the girls off to school. No, SK,
Yes.
why you go say you got X amount of time?
Okay, so because I cut out one part of my workout, so I'm gonna do the reverse. So I've been done supposed to been at one part of the gym, so now I cut that out. I'm just going to do the opposite. So now I gotta leave in 5 minutes so I can get to the other part of the gym
If you don't stop,
and play basketball. So I just switched my workout. So
you don't stop, stop,
I'm
stop,
gonna do
stop.
basketball, and then I gotta stretch to make sure I don't pull a ligament.
SK.
What random? What random? Um. So yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna be out of here. I gotta make sure I stretch, so I don't be asking y'all to give me no Bengay or no aspirin or whatever. So let's get up out of here.
SK.
All right. Yes.
SK. So you're gonna run around and try to leave since I came up. You know what I'm gonna tell you?
What?
Thank you for being you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you for being you too.
Yeah, y'all see me, right? I'm done. I'm so done. My baby's off to school. Enjoy making breakfast, mister. Okay? Peace, love, and light. Y'all escape. Do better. Bye, y'all.
I will try my best. I will try my best. Thank you, Randall. Simply Living says, I almost believe that was James. It is. What you mean almost? It is. I believe it's James. SK is serious with a child trying to get the body right, but the body not complying. Oh Lord. Oh, Mickey baby, you be mad at me if I told you what I did yesterday. I went and got me a burger. I ain't had a burger in a long time. And when I got the burger, the body's like, why? Why? Um Okay, I wanted to read Diva D comment real quick. She left a long ass comment, so I gotta read it. 'Cause I know she get mad. Diva, I'm just joking. You don't get mad. Then as soon as someone gets on him, he will sit on live singing that gospel song in the hot place. Hoping God don't let no one put no hurt on him. You only get so many chances. I agree. I agree, Diva D. He keep playing with the Lord. Keep playing with the Lord. Why you upset, Shanice Franklin? Uh, Yeah, I heard he hurt his ankle, Cheryl the spoiler Burnett. I did. I don't care. I'm sorry, but Cheryl, between you and I, Jason Tatum and Lemon have something in common. And that is they both soft. Okay? Yeah, I said it. I said it. They both soft. Okay? Mhm.
Get everybody out my house, but it's Crip style. Watch how I get about my house, y'all. Get out. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Get the fuck. Get the fuck. Get the fuck up in my house, nigga. Get the fuck up in my house, nigga. Nigga, quick come. Get the fuck up in my house, nigga.
Oh, hell no.
Nigga, quick come. Get the fuck up in my house, nigga. Huh?
Yes, how can we be assistants?
So you got me in trouble.
Huh.
Shawnee's already dropped my T's in the chat. Oh, you gonna act like ain't hit. SK.
What? What?
Shawnee's caught my T's in the chat.
She caught your teeth, but what girl? What?
What the
I gotta shoot basket. I gotta go to the gym, girl.
fuck? Shawnee's. Change me, oh God. Make me more like you. Change me, oh God. Wash me through and through. Just create in me a clean heart so that worship you. SK, go over there and shoot some balls. Shawnee's, get off my top. I'm gone.
All
Doggone.
right. All right. Thank you for that wonderful voice. Thank you. Now I got to go and shoot some basketball and stretch. Unlike fat ass Jay Wilson. So y'all have a pleasant day. And may all your memories go away. All right, there. I'm out of here. If y'all don't like it, blame them random crafter gamer. She's not gonna sit up here and out sing me, okay? Not on my platform, okay? All right, with that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. I may be back later. Okay, I may spend time with you instead of helping that lady move. All right, y'all. If y'all want to, feel free to send a gesture to $ Sir King Crown. Have a good one and be the change you want to see in the world. All right. Bye, y'all. Woo, child. Woo! Woo, child. James, go lead us out. James, go lead us out, y'all. One more time for the one time.
Hey! Hey! Go Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary!
Oh, hell no.
Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary! Go Mary!
Ooh, child. Ooh, child.
Ooh, child is right. Trademark Fortune says the reason why Jay Wilson don't treat me like Castro and Brian, as you say, ooh, child, is that are you being feisty with me? As you say, is because he been discovered I'm too laid back and not into participating in the okay. As I say, ooh, don't come read me. As I say. All right, with that being, what you say? Quit messing up my song. From no, that's James that's messing up your song. James messing up your high heels, your dresses, your wigs, your eyelashes, your mascara, your stockings, all that, even your undergarments. The nerve to think that he could ever fit in something that look right. But I know some of y'all are fans, but I speak the truth. I'm gonna say what y'all been wanting to tell that man. Okay, stick to Timberland, stick to jeans. Okay, stick to a tank top, all right, and stick to. Oh well, he got a bald head. I was gonna tell him to stick to the fade, but he ain't got no hair. But anyway, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Woo, ciao. Bye, y'all. Ciao. You out here dancing for Mary J. Blige ticket. Can you believe that? Ooh, this is the age of desperation, y'all. Bye. Woo, ciao.
Ooh, child.